first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
The defense keeps coming up short. Just no solution for Beasley. 10-point. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back.
Oh, I mean, just beautiful. And not even 3 quarters out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put up.
I'm looking over there at Greg. He's enjoying every second of it.
Yes,
Listen, the fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
Well, guys, before last season, Trevor Ariza signing a 4-year, $32 million deal with the Rockets. Big free agent get for the team.
And, you know, they wanted to re-sign Chandler Parsons, Kevin, but with his departure, in comes Ariza, and Trevor is a quality replacement. I mean, a terrific wing defender, and he's a nice spot-up shooter as well.
And, you know, you compare their games. Ariza a bit more limited maybe offensively than Parsons, a few years older, but he's also a better defender and also better at playing without the basketball. Remember, you got 5 guys out there, only 1 ball. Sometimes your chemistry can improve when a guy doesn't need the basketball to be effective. You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
Patterson dishes to Carroll. Left side, DeRozan. Here's Patterson. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on James Harden.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Houston making a switch here. McDaniels checked in. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Off the inbound. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line.
And, you know, for the Rockets, a nice pairing with James Harden and Trevor Ariza. Ariza, a spot-up shooter and defender, while Harden arguably the premier offensive creator in the league. I mean, they really complement each other well.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Smith outside. but they recover it. Terry the pass to Beasley. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Out to the wing. Carroll with it. Guarded now by Michael Beasley. That's good. Carroll's got 6 points.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
It's all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Carroll against Beasley. Smith drops in the layup for 2. He has 6.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Now a timeout called by Houston. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto, took them Greg to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach, really known as a defensive specialist. But once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
And Mota Eunice picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Powell. That 3 off the mark. Rockets trail by 3. Ariza outside. Pass to Howard. Houston moving the ball around. Harden can't hit.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Biyombo kicks to Joseph. Drills the three-pointer. And the Raptors lead by 6.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
He dishes it to Powell. Ross passes to Scola. Kicks to Joseph from downtown. And the rebound goes to Howard.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
And it's the Raptors' ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Now here's Joseph. Here's Scola. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious the points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Raptors lead by 8. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Toronto leading by 8. They've got Terrence Ross. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Scola. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Powell in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Passes it to Biyombo. 5 to shoot. Ariza kicks to Smith. Harden outside. Another miss by Harden.
And then they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. He was emphatic. We're not getting it done, fellas. We've simply got to step up, get engaged, and try to battle back. Guys, we'll see if the pep talk gets them going.
And that one's good.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And it's Beasley finishing it off.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Back to Lowry. It's Patterson atop the key. DeRozan with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Patterson dishes to Carroll. Patterson passes to Carroll. Toronto needs to get off his shot. Shot from 12. And he gets it to go. DeRozan's got the lead up to 10 now for the Raptors.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. The Raptors have gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And Valanciunas kicks to Patterson. Excellent D there from Beasley.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Rockets call timeout.
Timeout called the Rockets.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
The three from Harden.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot.
Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays
Man,
up.
you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
Beasley, the pass to Harden. It's stolen by Carroll. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
A shot by Harden, wide open. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Harden's got 6 here in this quarter. Lowry dishes to Patterson. Here's Valanciunas.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half has been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
Valanciunas hits them both. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Feeds to Beasley. Jacks up a 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And stolen by Patterson. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. Ariza covering. The pass to Patterson. And Lowry has it in the corner. And again, Toronto with the triple. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And the ball goes up.